Hello students, I am Professor Ashutosh Pandey and we have been discussing in our course Macroeconomics and Economic Environment for Business the concept of GDP and its determinants. We have also talked about the commodity market and the equilibrium in the commodity market. Now we move to another important discussion, that is the money market and the equilibrium in the money market. But before we talk about the equilibrium in the money market, it's very important for you to understand the concept of money. Why do we need money? What are the main functions of money? And why people demand for money? So in this video, we are going to cover all these concepts that would be helpful for our further discussions. Now, let us first understand that how we can define money, or in the most simple term, what do we actually mean by money? So anything that is generally acceptable as means of payment for buying and payment of debts, we can call that as money. Now, the money that we see today is very different from the money that people were using in the past. So let us see that what was the money in the past. So in the past, people used shells as a means of money. Even goats were used as means of money. Some people were using cows as means of money. And not only cows, the commodities that we consume like rice that was used as money, and the precious metals like silver, gold, leather, all these have been used as money in the past. Now over here, the concept of barter system comes into picture. And by barter system, we mean when there is exchange of goods and services between two or more parties without the use of money, we call it as barter system. So can you imagine that how difficult the life of people would have been when there would not have been any money in the past, and instead of the money, people would have been using commodities to exchange for another commodity. So for example, can you imagine that how difficult the life of a person would have been if a person who needs to buy few sacks of wheat, that person is required to exchange those few sacks of wheat for a sheep which he or she would have been carrying. So it means that in the past, the life of people would have been very difficult. And that was the main problems of the barter system. Barter system faced with several challenges. And that is why we needed money. And for you to understand the difference between the commodity money and the fiat money. So commodity money means that something that performs the function of money and has value. For example, in the past, people used gold as money. Gold performed as a function of money and it has value in it. Silver was used as money. It is a valuable metal. And precious stones have been used as money and they have value in it. But when something is serving as the purpose of money, but those things are having no value in itself, then we can call such money as fiat money. So fiat money is backed by government. Government is adding the value to the fiat money because government is guaranteeing that a paper that we are carrying in our pockets is having certain value. We call that paper as money. Similarly, coins. When we get a 10 rupee coin, then that 10 rupee coin is valuable because government has added value to it. Government is giving guarantee on that 10 rupee coin that it is worth 10 rupees. So that's the concept of fiat money. It is backed by government. Now, it would be interesting to know that what are the main functions of money. So money, it is a common saying that money is a matter of functions for a medium, a measure, a standard, a store. So if we want to understand the functions of money, then we can find that money is playing the role of a medium of exchange. It is used to buy goods and services. And when the money was introduced, it removed the complications of the barter system. It removed the complications that people were facing when there was no money in the barter system. Because people can exchange the goods and services easily by using money as a medium of exchange. If I were to buy few sacks of wheat, then instead of paying it in terms of sheep, I can pay it in terms of money. It made the life of people simpler. So money worked as a medium of exchange. Money is a measure of value, and it is also a unit of account. So in barter system, can you think that what was the value of a cow? Was it 20 sacks of wheat was equal to one cow, or 6 acres were equal to one cow? So money measures the value of all goods and services. In the barter system, the value of goods and services were not same because it was being valued in terms of another commodities. But with the advent of money, it became simpler to measure the value of goods and services. Money also acts as a standard of deferred payments. So money can be used to make payments in the future. It facilitates transactions on credit. And for example, let us say you bought a mobile phone today, but you paid it to the shop, but you paid paid to the shopkeeper after 1 month. Then we can call that you have deferred your payments. And it was possible because money was used as a medium of exchange. So money is a standard of deferred payment, and along with that, money has a store value as well. So now these are the 4 functions of money that makes money worth about discussion. Now we can also talk about that why do people demand for money? And over here, we can discuss about the Keynes theory behind the demand for money. So J.M. Keynes said that people demand money for 3 purposes. The first one is the transactions demand for money, and people demand money for transactions purposes. For example, we demand money to buy the groceries. We demand money to buy the stationery. And we are demanding money to buy the mobile phones. So we are demanding money in order to pay for these transactions. So people demand money for transactions purposes. The second reason why people demand money is for the precautionary purposes. So here comes the second reason for the demand for money, that is precautionary demand for money. People need money to meet their unexpected needs. And for one example of those unexpected needs is the medical emergency. So why people are demanding money? Because they might face some medical emergency in the future, and that is why people demand money today, and that is why they keep a certain amount of money with them in order to meet those future emergency needs. And the third reason why people demand money is for the speculative purposes. So here comes the third reason for the demand for money, that is a speculative demand for money. People demand money to make speculative gains by buying bonds and securities. People not only do the transactions with their money, not only keep the money for precautionary purposes to meet some medical emergencies, but also to invest the money in the bonds and securities, and so that they can earn more with the money that they have. So this is the speculative demand for money. So we discussed about money. We discussed that why money is important. We discussed the functions of money, and we also discussed that why people demand for money. Now we will continue this discussion further in our class when we will talk about the supply of money. And with the help of interaction of demand and supply of money, we are going to discuss the concept of Elm curves. Thank you.